Hey y'all, hold on 1 second. What's going on, boo things? What's going on? What's going on, boo things? Come on in. Come on in. All right, let me see. We're gonna make sure we share this, honey. Oh, why is it doing that? Hey y'all, what's going on? Motherfucking Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. Yes, it is. I tried to do this before, but I still had some signal. Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. Hey, Travis. Okay, there we go. It's loading now, slowly, real slow, like. That's what I want. No, not that. I don't want that. How you doing, Travis? I miss you. That's what I want. Okay. That's what I wanted. Ooh, this signal weak as hell, y'all. Hold on, bear with me, guys. So, y'all know we're gonna talk about some shit about last night. That we are gonna do. We're gonna talk about some stuff from last night, honey. I got ready to have this conversation today. Okay. There we go. Hey, y'all, come on. Ooh. Where my voice going? What's up? All right, y'all are watching me live on Facebook. What is going on? First of all, let me redo this. Hey, what's going on, boo things? Divas and Don Anderson. I'm one Vixen and Foxxie. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We are now live right now in my car. Okay? We got some shit to discuss. Got to do some errands and pick up some food. So we're going to talk messy hair day, y'all. Y'all see my hair? Messy hair day, honey. Okay? But y'all know I be looking fly when it comes to the Naked Truth Live on Tuesday nights. And yes, to all them hoes over there, I did my own makeup. Okay? I do my own makeup. I do my own. Okay? I don't have a glam squad as of yet. I don't have a specific makeup person that comes to do my makeup on Tuesdays as of yet. But those things will come, okay? Those things will happen. I hope, how many of y'all watched the show last night, The Naked Truth Live last night? I guess we must have touched a few feelings last night, so I'm going to have to clarify some things. And usually I do not like to go back to clarify things because I said what the fuck I said. So I hope that y'all watched last night. If you didn't watch The Naked Truth Live last night, I suggest y'all go check it out on my YouTube channel. It is called Secret Society. Called Secret Society. It's a movie about two black trans women who basically are gold diggers, honey, and they're messing around with men, of course, straight black men, who at first did not know that they were trans women. A lot of people got into their feelings about it, so I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all from my point of view. Now, my sister Nyambi, she had one of her sisters do a live yesterday with another black trans woman, and it discussed their view or what they took from the movie Secret Society. Okay, now, I came to learn about this movie by watching an interview with T.S. Madison and with the writer, the author of the book of the same title, Maisha Coleman. Okay, she's the author of Secret Society, which has now been turned into a movie. And so I was intrigued. So I was like, okay, I gotta go watch this movie because T.S. Madison was asking her questions like, there's some truth to the story, and she wanted to know why did she cast two biological women, black women, to play trans women roles. Okay, so before I go any further, let me just say, every trans woman, especially trans women of color that have watched this movie, have took something different from it. There are a few trans women of color that are disgusted by the movie, and they have the right to be because I see their point of view. There are trans women like myself who like the movie, even though there are parts of the movie I did not like or agree with. Now, a lot of motherfuckers would say, well, Foxxie, you only been transitioning for maybe about a year. May 11th will be a whole year that I have transitioned. And so you don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me? I know what I'm talking about. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, guys. So let me tell you what I took from this, okay? Now, Maisha Coleman said it was important for her to cast biological women to play these trans women roles only because if she would have casted a very well-known black trans woman that's in the industry, a black trans actress, somebody like Amaya Scott, somebody like Angelica Ross or Dominique Jackson or MJ Rodriguez or somebody like that, you know what I'm saying, to play these roles. Because as I was watching it, I was like, oh, I could see Amaya Scott and I could see Cherry Boom playing those same exact roles. But I understood the reason why she didn't cast people that, trans women of color that are in the industry that are very well known, because one, it would have never got the publicity that it has gotten now. I mean, it's like one of the top trending movies on Amazon Prime. It's like everybody's talking about this movie. I don't feel that it would have got the same publicity if going straight out the gate, the movie starred two well-known trans women. The movie still would have did great, still would have had some success. But guess what? It got everybody talking. It got everybody talking. Okay? So at that point, that's what I took from it. Other trans women felt that she should have had one of the trans actresses to star in the movie. I agree and disagree with it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it comes out with a part 2, hey, how you doing, Terry? If it come out with a part 2 or sequel, okay, we can integrate. Now, what I will say is I feel that they should have some trans women in the movie once the movie had got started. Once we got into the meat of it, we got through the salad, we got through the appetizer. Once we got halfway through the entree, yes, I feel that there should have been some trans women, actual trans women of color in the movie. They didn't have to be the 2 stars of the movie, but I would have loved to see some type of dynamic relationship or something along with the 2 stars of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Some trans women had got upset because it kind of glorified the same black men that murders us, that kills us. Because the movie is coming from a cisgender, a biological black woman's point of view. And it's kind of like say, see, this is what happens to y'all when y'all start, playing games with these men. So that's how a lot of trans women are taking it from that side. Okay, and I understand it. I understand it because it always come up when a trans woman is murdered. It always come up as she must have fooled him or tricked him. Almost like that's what she get for playing with these men. You need to tell these men you're a man. Which brings me to this point. The Secret Society movie. I don't like how you doing, Marcella? I don't like how throughout the whole movie, these 2 biological black women that were playing black trans women kept referring to themselves as men. This I agree wholeheartedly across the board. Okay? I did not agree with it. Every time they said I'm a man, I cringed. I'm like, okay, and I agree with one of the other trans women that was on the Ladies Live last night was saying this movie, the scenario takes place in 2019 going into 2020. The Celeste character, at one point there was a scene when she, years later went back to go see her mother after losing the lover or the band that she fell in love with. And in it, she says something about some years later, 3 years hormone therapy later, 2 boob jobs, liposuction, all of this stuff. So, okay, you have had hormone therapy. So you know something about the word trans. You know about transgender. You know that you are a trans woman. So why is it that throughout the movie, these 2 trans women kept calling themselves a man? So that was the one to me, because I thought the movie was good, but the only bad critique I could get from it is that they kept calling themselves a man. I don't know any trans woman, especially trans woman of color, will call themselves a man. I would never call myself a man. I would say I was born a man. Okay? But I'm a trans woman that's in transition. That's what I would say. I would never sit there. And so then it was like the movie did glorify and put on the pedestal the black men that were tricked or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it really didn't showcase trans women of color too much of in a good light. Like, it stayed in the negative realm of things, and that part rubbed me the wrong way, So it was a lot to take in. Y'all just gonna have to go see the movie. But overall, I think the movie was good. Could it have been better? Could some parts have been tweaked and I don't know, made it to the point where it wasn't so negative? I think so. Like I said, I didn't like the whole part of the trans women calling themselves a man. Mind you, these are biological women playing trans women, which I did not have an issue with that because I see where she was coming from. you know. But at the same time, oh, I just broke another nail, y'all. I broke 2 nails. I just noticed that. Well, I get my nails done Saturday. I'm going to get them done Saturday, honey. When did that one break? Right. So I understand that she wanted to get the conversation started, but she could have been the type of person. She could have been the one that would put, like, okay, just say, fuck it, I'm going to make this movie star Amia Scott. I'm going to let the movie star Angelica Ross or whatever. But then again, this movie would not be as popular, you know, all across the board. You know, the movie is trending on every social media, you know, because it's got everybody talking. The conversation is starting. I don't know if it's a positive conversation, though, because I agree with a lot of my trans sisters that is giving a reason for the, you know, for especially the straight men, you know, to say, you know, this is why y'all get murdered. This is why, you know, motherfuckers want to kill y'all because y'all playing games out here. So it really doesn't give trans women of color a whole, you know, as a collective, a really good light. It kind of put a stamp on it like, okay, yeah, y'all out here tricking motherfuckers, you know. Y'all out here tricking motherfuckers, and this is why y'all keep getting murdered and all this stuff. You know, y'all not being upfront about who y'all are. Y'all playing with emotions, people's emotions and shit like that. I said, we are not eye candy, okay? You know? So it's just like, and then somebody said, one of the trans girls I heard on this interview said, you know, if it was so important for them to be with straight men, which I'm about to discuss real quick too, straight men, then why didn't the conversation come up about sex change? Like, if they're living their lives as women, they look like women, they're portraying themselves to be real women to these men in order to get these money and get these elaborate gifts and go on vacations and, you know, get the coins, then why not the discussion come up about getting a sex change? And I agree with that, but a lot of trans women don't, you know, want to have a sex change. They're proud with what they have down there. So maybe that's just a discussion that didn't need to be had. So it's like, I agree to disagree with that. It's just, to me, I agree that it missed the mark on having that conversation. That's why I said I wish they had put other trans women in the movie, actual trans women in the movie. That could have been like their friend or something from a club or something, where those conversations could have been had, you know, like that. And then the fact where when the men find out, when they decided to tell the men who they, you know, who they was born as, they always started the conversation was, I'm a man, and then go back and say, I was born a man. You know, I still have boy parts. Like, it was no way. It was so harsh to say I'm a man. Was so harsh. It was like, why they gotta sound so harsh and so, you know, that's too personal. Okay? It was just like, you know, it's like, it's a good movie, but it did miss the mark. I think, because, and I think it gave a lot of straight men that's gonna watch this movie, that doesn't know any better, that's not educated, that probably really already going, you know, already have a negative outlook towards trans women, is going to almost give them the okay to call us men. Because it really wasn't no educational piece to the movie. It really wasn't. I'm going to say it. It really wasn't no educational shit to the movie. Only thing the movie really did was glorify shit that we read in the newspapers when a trans woman of color is murdered. All they did was glorify, all the negative stigma that a lot of black men and straight women, black straight women, cisgender women, have towards trans women, period. Exactly. So it was a bit much to watch. It was entertaining. I will give you that. It was very entertaining. I watched it from beginning to end. I watched it 3 times. Like I said, overall, it was a good meeting. Good movie. It was a good movie. I just feel that it missed the mark to educate. I think this movie was more for the straight folks. I'm gonna put it out there. I felt that the movie was more for the straight folks, and not so much for us. Only because it was way too much negative imagery and meaning and negative. It was just shown us in a negative light instead of a positive light. Even when Tina found true love with this white man, which was her trick, who ended up falling in love with her, who was a multi-millionaire, ended up marrying her, but she gets killed. And then Celeste, who actually one of her tricks was Trade, and I kind of find out his Trade was into the shit. And on it seemed like they was about to have a loving relationship because she finally found someone who got the coins, a thug, piece of trade with some good D. He ends up getting murdered. So it was like a lot of negative light. Just a lot of negativity all the way around in the movie. I was just saying when it came to the trans women. Now, I would say they dressed their ass off. The hair was on point. The makeup was on point. The styles, the clothes, everything was on point. The way they walk, the way they talk, on point, but it missed the mark. It missed the mark. And I reached out to Maisha Campbell. I hope Maisha Campbell Coleman. Maisha Coleman. I had reached out to her. She reached back to me on Instagram because I told her I did like the movie. And I would like to interview her. I would love to interview her on our show because, and I don't want no cutesy answers. I don't. I don't want no cutesy answers at all. So that's my intake on it, you guys. So I had to say something about that, So y'all need to make sure y'all go check it out. It is Secret Society, and it's on Amazon Prime. For rent, it's $9.99. You could buy the movie for $14.99. It is a good movie overall, don't get me wrong. I'm going to read some of these comments real quick. It's a good movie overall. It really is. Oh. Hey, Bobby. It educated on hoes how to get the bag. That's basically all the movie really did do. It educated them how to get the money, baby. How to get that coins, okay? But you're playing a dangerous game. They're not letting these guys know who they are. I'm a true believer. Y'all see my nails broke. I'm a true believer of letting motherfuckers know right up front, what the deal is. That's why on all of my social medias, if everybody follow me on all of my social media, is it free for a Prime member? No. No, it's still $9.99. It's not free for Prime. It's not like, yeah. So you still have to pay, you still have to rent it. You might get a discount. If you're a Prime member, you might get it for $5.99. But yeah. So, I'm a strong believer in telling people the tea up front before before you go on the first date, and I know some people say they wait till after the first date, but still, to me, that's you still playing a dangerous game. Because I want to give you the choice. Like, even before the first date, you already know that I'm a trans woman. Because I don't do dating profiles because I'm too much of a scaredy cat. So I ain't fucking with the dating profiles. You play fish many times. I even when I started transitioning about a year ago, when I first started, I created some dating profiles, which was stupid for me because I'm like, I clearly wasn't prepared and ready to date anybody, and I'm just now starting my transitioning. But all of my dating profiles, I made sure it clarified trans woman. Now on all of my social medias, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I have it trans woman, with my pronouns and all that. So, and if you don't know, if you hit me up and we start a conversation, I'm like, okay, just to clarify, you do know that I am a trans woman. Especially when you work to, okay, sis. Okay. So, to me, I feel that, yeah, you should let these motherfuckers know. Now, where they fucked up at was these bitches was falling in love. They was going too deep. They was letting these niggas fall in love with their ass. And then they get way too deep into it. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing, too. It's like, okay, if you're going to be, doing what you're doing, I can't get attached like that then. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that bag and move on to the next one. But they kept keeping these motherfuckers around, acting like they're the perfect girlfriend and the perfect wife, and then they end up finding out. It's like, I agree with that too, girl. I totally agree with that. A lot of times these men do know. I even said that to one of my kids last night as we was watching it. I was like, I guarantee you, a couple of them already knew the tea. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them already knew the tea. Just like the one that fell in love with Celeste. She was scared, and he's like, I already knew. I know what's up. I'm down with it. Trying to find out he trade, honey. He down with it. He had coins, but then he ended up getting murdered. So, like the next night, bitch. Like, damn. All right, I got to run inside here real quick. Y'all going to stay on here? Oh, I'm going to go ahead and end the live, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the live. I wish you could pause the live. I have to go ahead and turn in some paperwork. I'm going to start going live more often, guys. Yeah, so y'all can ride in the car with me. That's why I got all cute and stuff. I might pick this conversation back up later. I don't know. Again, this is live on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, you are watching the premiere. And we're not live on YouTube. Well, you need to catch me. You need to follow me on Facebook, baby. Follow me on Facebook. Foxxie Silvery Bass. Follow me on Facebook. You'll catch my lives. If you watch me on YouTube, it is pre-recorded. Well, thank you guys for watching. I just had to give my 2 cents because it was I had a couple of trans women hitting me up saying that, my views on the movie was wrong. And I don't think anybody's view on the movie Secret Society is wrong because everybody takes it different. I'm going to say this before I go. Yes, I didn't have the same experience as a lot of trans women, back in the 80s, 90s, or even the early 2000s. I didn't have the same experience. I transitioned later on in life. So I have been blessed to have the life that I have now. I didn't go through a lot of what a lot of the trans women before me had to experience. So my take on the movie is going to be different from what they took from it because I don't have that experience that you have. Okay? I haven't been discriminated against. I have a job that lets me be me, family very supportive. It's just like I don't have that experience. I haven't yet to be on my own, have to be out there to do what I need to do to survive and keep a roof over my head. I didn't have to experience that. You know, and I'm blessed about that, and I'm thankful for that. So that's why I told one of them, I'm like, that's why my views from the movie is probably a little bit different from yours, because you actually been through some shit, you know, that paved the way for a trans woman like me. It made it more easier for me to navigate through life as a trans woman of color. You know. You said, baby. I know. And sometimes I think about it like, well, damn, I wish I would have transitioned like back in the 90s or something, because, baby, I would be a full blown baby. But I always said, I had just told my son last night, my co-host Floozy, and my other son, Riley, that I think God was preparing me for this moment. I mean, God kept me from... because I was in a lot of bullshit when I was younger. I know for sure probably that if I would have transitioned and been a trans woman back in the 90s, you know, transitioned early on, I probably would not be here today. That's how much shit I was into. I probably would not be here today. You know, I'm sure I would have had a whole lot of fun, but the shit I was doing, baby, I was a hoe. So I gotta thank God that the way things has happened, in order for me to wait until now a year ago to start transitioning, because I'm more wiser, more smarter. I make smarter decisions about who I'm around, where I go. Bitch, I go drive up to the gas station, bitch, and I don't got my goons with me. I look in there and I see too many motherfuckers that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Walgreens instead of gas station. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a little bit more careful of where I go, who I'm around. Bitch, I don't even like going to Walmart by myself. Even though, bitch, I'm passable. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people shock when I tell them. I'm like, and sometimes I don't see that. It's like, so I'm still going through shit in my head. You know, I'm still going, it's a mental thing, bitch. You know, I'm thinking everybody knows my tea. And then when I tell my son, we're talking about nobody knows your tea, people really think you're a cisgender woman. I'm like, really? 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 People think I'm a cisgender woman for real? They must don't know me. I don't like going to Walmart, period. Yes. I don't like going to Walmart, period. If I ever had to go to Walmart, I'm in there for like 2-3 minutes and I'm out the door. You're real as rain. Oh, period, Pooh. Well, y'all, let me get out of here. The place closes at 5. You know, they might try to be smart and try to lock the doors when they see me out here. I love you guys. I love you so much. Stay tuned. I might go live again later on. But yeah, okay. Remember to fuck them hoes over there. Okay, I need y'all to be you, be happy, be free, and love everybody. See y'all. Love you.